Hey, hello my dear friend from C506. I'm 100% sure you cannot listen to me, so I'm gonna blast you because of that. Hell yeah. So that was a little preview of a couple of things we still have to unbox for our anniversary, but welcome to C506 one more time with me, Johan Morales. It has been a week since my last video and I am extremely happy today. Let me go straight to the point because we have an amazing guest. And if you're an old school nerd, and I know you are, because I've seen those numbers and I know what you guys like and love. I'm gonna show this. What's that, Johan? Well, this isn't a statue. But what kind of statue? Well, let me tell you that in 1986, the Fiend Folio, a book from Dungeons and Dragons, was created to add some more monsters and benign characters to the factions or the worlds of Dungeons and Dragons. Um, it was supposed to be used with the monster manual and the player's handbook from the 70s and 80s. Alright? So a little more about in-depth name. Well, this is the Githyanki. Githyanki. It depends on where are you from um, and how you call him or her. It doesn't matter. Um, the Githyanki is kinda evil creature, but it's not that evil. So our folks at WizKids decided to release a premium statue for statue collectors like us, like me, like you. As you can see, we love statues, and they actually did a pretty damn good job with this one. Just take a look. So we have a 12 inches tall Githyanki statue, hand painted, handmade out of hard resin. And wow, this creature is beautiful. And I also want to add that there is a lot of history on this figure because this is, as you guys can see in the box, or you can see in the books. Let's say that you have the original books, you are going to be seeing him. Um, the Fiend Folio is a particular, let's say, complicated and iconic book for Dungeons and Dragons, and this figure is one of the most representative statues of Dungeons and Dragons that someone might have released. And it is compared to Claude, the evil dragon, or compared to the icons of the realms. Yes, but we have to see this one really close to see what's going on here. So, I've been extremely sick during the last week. I'm sorry if I look like beaten up. But this tattoo is crazy. Someone told me in my previous reviews that they do like to watch my videos because I use the figure and I move the figure a lot. And I believe that's why people are watching my videos, because I do this with a lot of passion and a lot of heart. And thank you so much to Whiskey for sending us this beautiful piece. As a fan of high-end collectibles, this is something that I'm extremely happy about. Okay, so let's give some space. There is a lot of things and details, also Easter eggs on this piece. You can see the jewels, you can see the gold here, because these rays, these kind of creatures, they used to do a lot of jewel crafting. They do jewel crafting and also leatherworking. So it's spot on with even the new edition creatures. I'm talking about 5th edition or 3rd edition, but this one personally is the art of the first Dungeons and Dragons. So it is a great piece. I mean, you can feel it. This is no PVC, this is no cheap plastic. This is hard resin, not 3D printed or something like that, not at all. This is hard mold cast. And well, the piece are three things. First is the Githyanki with the support here. There is another support. You put a sword here. This looks more like a summoned sword. These details are really crazy. The mouth, the head sculpt. And then we have the base. If I can offer some feedback as an statue collector on this base, this is a limited release. Dungeons and Dragons, we have here the Githyanki. It's called the Premium statue. I'm going to give the links. It's gonna be available pretty much right now or in a couple of days to purchase. As you can see, the base is strongly accurate with the original art. I have to say that because they went to the original art, and yes, this is how it looks. But as a collector, maybe I'm going to add some extra color on this base. And it's not necessary at all. I mean, it's just that, you know, I love dry pencil and dry brushing. So maybe I'm gonna throw some more strong gray here. But please keep in mind that they did the statue completely based on the original image. So that's why it has not been changed or altered. And that's part of the magic. So you put the figure here. Mine came really easy to set up. When I opened this one, I just had to move a little bit this leg and locate it on the base, and then push a little bit on the rock. And ta-da! This is the figure. This one is as you can see, extremely beautiful. And I also believe that what you're getting here is not only an statue, this is a piece of history. Especially if you're someone like me that plays Dungeons and Dragons since the first one, since to Hero Armor Class 0. So very old school 80s Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, I'm that old. And pretty much I really wanted to show these guys to you because I have not seen a lot of reviews like rotating the piece or like directly talking about them. The Githyanki was or is a race that they were unfortunately enslaved by the beholders. Maybe you know what a beholder is. The terrible creature that we painted last month. You know, the ball with a lot of eyes? Yeah, that's the beholder. So they kept this race as slaves. Yeah, they did that. So within time, these guys learn a lot of magic tricks, skills, and even mind powers from their, let's say, masters. So they decided to free the hell up, and they escaped from the plane where they were being enslaved. So most of them are pretty much evil, but not all of them, because I have played with great, good characters, Githyankis, and this is, I mean, if you're a fan of this new kind of class, like the eternal creature, or the, let's say, the paranormal creature, the one related to the angels, the one related to a deity, to a god. These were the originals because they were connected to a celestial plane. Okay, so there is a lot of huge story and a lot of background only for this statue. It's not like, well, let's go ahead and throw just any figure. No, let's do the entire cover of the Fiend Folio from the 80s. And this is it. This is a cover of the Fiend Folio, and now you can have it on your display. You can have it on your collection. Mine is just right here. Sitting next to many of my legendary statues. I do feel that there is a lot of to talk about the piece. The box art is amazing. It's light. I mean, if you are going to purchase from another country and you want to import the figure, it's not going to be like really expensive like a lot of us do. And this artwork, man, this is for real what Dungeons and Dragons was back in the 80s. Hey, look, just look at my green hand. Yeah, I added some RGB lights, but looks like they are not working as I intended to. So yeah, this piece is amazing. Trying to do this video not as long as the others, but I really wanted to take a good time to show some of these miniatures, especially from Dungeons and Dragons, because there are not only miniatures now. we now have statues like the Githyanki, and he's going to be limited, and I'm going to leave the links for you all to go and purchase directly the piece. I did a video, it became wildly popular, about a huge mini about the five-headed dragon. I remember like 20 20,000 views, 5,000 likes, something like that. It was a beautiful exclusive piece that we received from WizKids, and I'm hoping that it's gonna be the same with this one, because this is a very, very powerful statue, and there is a lot of history that you can learn and that you can also have. For example, as a dungeon master, I really want to have something that reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons, and this to all my folks and the people I've been talking with in the forums, in the DND communities, in the Pathfinder communities, in the Paint communities, the C506 communities, pretty much everywhere. We all love role-playing games, and this is an example of one important time when the tabletop role-playing games became more public, and they even were banned. Yeah, because it was supposed to be bad because you were playing, or you were supposed to be bad if you were playing like D&D or something like that. It's an extreme history, and maybe some of us experienced that. I do experienced a lot of troubles just because Dungeons and Dragons, but now this is another world, and D&D is actually joining the world together, and also the collectibles. So in C506, we are extremely proud to be talking about Dungeons and Dragons and also collectibles, and medieval collectibles, talking about new monsters, and well, the main character of the Fiend Folio now turned into a statue, and well, it's amazing. As I said before, Whiskey decided to send this piece for us to close our anniversary, our celebration. We did the closure with an interview with Todd McFarlane, talking about, a lot of things, the movie, role-playing games with Todd as well, and now I'm unboxing this piece. And I already have a couple of things for the next week that we want to show, and but we also have to I really wanted to focus extremely and do this video about the Githyanki, because this figure is, for me, it is history. And if you really, really, really want to get a piece of history of D&D, you can go and get this piece. I really don't recommend a piece if I don't believe in the piece, and seeing this kind of art, seeing this kind of pose, the box, the history, the memories, all that I have related to D&D, wow. The first time when I was checking for the components, it blew my mind. So, what can I say? I strongly recommend the piece. I'm going to really leave a lot of links. We continue to paint and do our workshops. Yeah, the week of our anniversary is now officially closed. We still have a lot of giveaways. And I invite you to please go and check our other videos for the giveaways, because next week is when we are going to give all those gifts because we already crossed the line that we had on video views and more. So thank you so much for that, and thank you so much to all of the new friends commenting in forums and groups and more. It feels great. It feels like we're growing a lot on this new channel. Yes, we have been there for 12 years with C506, but now we are doing the step towards video, and it's being extremely well. I don't know, for me, I'm humble, and I believe I'm kind of humble. I don't know if I have uh, uh, 200 people watching a live. That's a lot for me. I feel amazing and like crazy because this is what I love. This is what I do, and seeing that all of you people love D&D as much as I do, and the fact that I'm in a different country, I'm from a different culture, I'm a different person. I have special needs, and maybe someone else has special needs, and this person is able to talk with me via the internet, or we can play online. Well, we are destroying a lot of barriers. Let's not go political, but at this time there is no time to be destroying barriers or stuff. We should be both building and taking care of each other. So, strongly recommended. Get your Githyanki while you can, because I know it's going to be sold out real quick. You can get the pre-order now. I'm going to leave those links, and please let WizKids and D&D know that if you're happy or not, probably you are with this amazing release, with this amazing piece, and let's talk in a couple of days. So, Johan Morales, it was my pleasure, and please have a wonderful week and an amazing weekend. Goodbye now, my friends.